Well, ladies and gentlemen, Valentine's Day is upon us. You're probably going to get a Valentine's Day vlog at some point. Obviously not on Valentine's Day, because my priority on that day is making sure Helen has a wonderful Valentine's. So you won't get the actual vlog on that day, but probably the 15th. That'll be when you'll get that video. I just wanted to upload this video on Valentine's Day just as a little piece of advice for someone who has been in a relationship now for 8 years nearly. This June will be our 8th year together, which is mental. It's crazy how fast time can fly. And honestly, here's some advice for younger people, and then we'll switch the advice up to older people. Younger people who aren't in a relationship with anyone yet. You might be sat there thinking, I like being on my own, I like being a single person, I like having my options open, I like exploring, adventuring, traveling around by myself, no strings attached. Girls and guys both have that same mindset at young ages, and they want to trial and error and run around and, go jumping place to place, person to person. And trust me, that gets old real quick. You ain't gonna have that longevity forever, and you're definitely not gonna have that mindset forever. But what you will have forever is regret. Regret that you gave your life and your precious time to somebody who didn't deserve it, or gave it up too easy to the wrong people. You don't want to do that. You want to understand more than anything. And I understand sometimes people's parents don't educate them on this. I understand sometimes people's parents didn't help them the best, or people's siblings didn't help them the best. So let me be your big brother in this situation. You want to find somebody early doors, and I'll tell you why. Because life is too quick, too fast, too short. No matter whether you're rich or poor, no matter if you live till 110 or you die tomorrow, life is far too quick and short. And no matter what you do, no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter what country you live in, the one thing that unites every single one of us is that at the end of the day, nobody gets enough time, and nobody gets to have enough time or access to enough time. And time is so fast, fleeting and disappearing on a regular basis. It's terrifying. It's the one thing in life that scares me. And going through those motions of existential crisis and self-discovery and all of the worries and the highs and lows of life is so scary enough by itself. Being alone through all of that is awful. It's awful. You are your own worst enemy at the best of times. You have got no understanding of a third person point of view on yourself if you just surround yourself by yourself all the time. And I know some people's safety nets is to stay by themselves, and I know some people have had lives where they've had awful trust issues, so they choose to live by themselves and stay by themselves. I understand everyone's situation is vastly different, but as a human being in this big scary world, company and companionship and cooperation is everything. It's huge. It is what makes humans humans. It's what makes us tick. We need companionship. We need cooperation. We need teamwork. We need partnerships, and we need other people in our lives, because unfortunately, being on your own is never ever the best case scenario. No matter how safe it might feel at first, and no matter how positive you think that it is to be by yourself, trust me, it isn't. It really isn't. And I met my person when I wasn't even looking for a person, when I'd given up looking at anything and wanted to stop looking at everything, when I was ready to cut and run from life and pull the plug on everything and close the book on what could have been my future 8 years ago. I was done. I was at the bottom of a barrel, and I was in a real dark hole, and I didn't want to come out of it, and I didn't want it. I didn't want anything else. and I randomly went onto this geography trip as this big, massive sort of final cheer, send-off, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to go out with a bang, and I wanted to go out on a massive high, and that was going to somewhere brand new on this adventure, and then just, you know, having that be as a bit of a final curtain call for everything. And randomly I sit next to this person on this coach who I have no idea who she even is. I've never had a conversation with her in my life, and she becomes this person who just transforms and shapeshifts my life and me. She turns me into something different and makes me want to be something way better. First of all, makes me want to be around a lot longer. Makes me want to actually continue each day and grow up and grow old and explore that and enjoy that and not be as scared of things and not be as worried or anxious or down about things. She tries to give me positive, you know, outlooks on things. She does so much without even knowing she's doing it. And now all these years later, we've had countless adventures and mountains of memories, and I'm the luckiest person on this planet that I found her when I did. And I wasn't even looking. That was the irony of it. I wasn't even looking for anything or anyone, and she just came to me out of the blue and changed my entire life for the better. She's the reason for all of my successes and all of my memories and all of my family's memories with me. She's the reason that these people have got a family member in the form of me, that they have me in their lives, and you know, that I'm able to then go off and do cool things and make amazing memories. And she's the reason that kept me here. She's the glue that kept me to life in a big way. And I was out of all my options and at the end of a rope, and she was the one to come and rescue me from it. And the irony is, she had no clue she was even doing it, which is crazy. And I'm more than lucky for that. So you never know in life. You gotta just take it as it comes. Try and give as much of yourself to somebody else. Try and be as kind and as courteous to others that you can be. And even if you feel like you're down and out and that nobody will understand you, maybe, just maybe, you might find that random person who's worthwhile sticking around for. So to her and to all of you, a happy Valentine's Day. God bless. See you in a bit.